Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss about the nervous system and the reproductive system. Let's first we are discussing about the nervous system. Nervous system, it is the most important system in the human body that consists or which are useful for uh, which are made up of the many small units of the neuron cells. It controls all the voluntary and involuntary activities of the human body. It consists the neurons. Neuron cells are the neuron cells is a structural and functional unit of the nervous system. It uh, there are two types of the neurons, sensory neuron and the motor neuron. The sensory neurons carries the signal from the body, that is from the skin, muscle, bone, tissue, and send to the brain. The second is motor neuron. The motor neurons carries the signal or impulses from the brain to and send to the all part of the body. Now the parts of the neuron, there are mainly three parts of the neuron, that is cell body, dendrites and axons. The cell body, it is the portion of the neuron receive information. It contains cell nucleus. Second, dendrites, it is a thin filaments that carries the impulses from one neuron to the soma, that is cell body. And third one is axon, it is the long projection carries the information from soma, that is cell body, to send other cells. This is the outer part of the cell. Now let's see the parts of the nervous system. There are parts or types of the nervous system. There are mainly two types of the nervous system, that is central nervous system and second is the peripheral nervous system. In central nervous system, it consists of the brain and the spinal cord, and in peripheral nervous system, it consists mainly two types, that is somatic nervous system and autonomic nervous system. Let's see one by one. First, central nervous system. In central nervous system, it consists mainly two parts, that is brain and the spinal cord. The central nervous system, it works together to integrate and coordinate the sensory and the motor information for controlling various tissues, organs and other systems of the body. And now the second is peripheral nervous system. The peripheral nervous system lies outside the brain and the spinal cord. In peripheral nervous system, it consists two types, that is somatic nervous system and the autonomic nervous system. The somatic nervous system takes the information from both the sensory and the motor neurons, and in somatic nervous system, the organs which are the controllable are consist in the somatic nervous system. Now the autonomic nervous system. Autonomic nervous system is made up of many nerves, but they are under the control of the work under the control and they work but they are not under the control of the anyone, and they are work autonomically. In autonomic nervous system, it consists to another subtypes, that is sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system. The sympathetic nervous system, it works only in emergency. There are 31 pairs of the spinal nerves made it. In parasympathetic nervous system, it is works autonomically and it is made up of the 12 pair of the cranial nerves. Function of the nervous system. First, it maintains the homeostasis. Second, learning. Third, thinking, and fourth one is talking. Now we are discussing about the reproductive system. The reproductive system is the human organ system which is responsible for the production and the fertilization of the gametes. For the production and the fertilization of the gametes, and in females, it carries a fetus. Let's see there are two types of the reproductive system. That is first female reproductive system and second is male reproductive system. First we are discussing the female reproductive system. The female reproductive system has the ability to reproduce is one of the properties distinguishing living from the non-living matter. The more primitive the animal, the simpler the process of the reproduction. In the mammals, including humans, the process is one of the sexual reproduction in which male and female organs differ anatomically and physiologically, and the new individual develops from the fusion of the two different sex cells. The male gametes are called as a spermatozoa and the female gametes are known as the ova. Function of the female reproductive system are the formation of the ova, reception of the spermatozoa, and provision of the suitable environment for the fertilization and the fetal development. And fourth one is pasteurization, that is childbirth, and fifth one is lactation, the production of the breast milk which provide the complete nourishment for the baby in its early life. The female reproductive system is part into subtypes, that is internal genitalia and external genitalia. Internal genitalia, it is also known as the vulva, which are consist of the labia majora and the minora, the clitoria, the vaginal orifice, and fourth one is vestibuli. The internal genitalia is also consists of the main four types, that is vagina, second urethra, third is two uterine tubes, and fourth one is two ovaries. The vagina, let's see the vagina first. First one is vagina. The vagina, it is a fibromuscular tube lined with a stratified squamous epithelium. The hymen is a thin layer of the mucous membrane that partially includes the opening of the vagina. The vagina is mainly act as a receptacle for the penis during the sexual intercourse and provides an elastic passageway through which the baby passes during their childbirth. Now the second is ureters. Ureters is a hollow muscular pear-shaped organ that is located anteroposterior in the pelvic cavity. It is lie in the pelvic cavity between the urinary bladder and the rectum. It is about the 7.5 cm long and the 5 cm wide. The parts of the ureters is the fundus, body, and the cervix. And layer of the uterus is the perimetrium, myometrium, and the endometrium. Now third one is uterine tube. There are two uterine tubes present in the body. That the uterine means the fallopian tubes are about the 10 cm long and extended from the side of the uterus between the body and the fundus. It is lies in the upper border of the ligaments. The end of each tube has a finger-like projection called the fimbria. The uterine tubes are covered with the peritoneum. Now fourth one is ovaries. The ovary is a female. The ovaries are the female gonads, which are the lies in the shallow fossa on the lateral walls of the pelvis. The blood vessels and the nerves passes to the ovary through the mesovarium. The structure of the ovaries consists of the two layers of the tissue, that is medulla and the cortex. Now let's see the second reproductive system, that is male reproductive system. The male reproductive system mostly exists outside of our body. The external organs which includes the penis, scrotum, and the testicles. The internal organs include the vas deferens, prostate, and the urethra. The male reproductive system is responsible for the sexual function and the urination. The function of the male reproductive systems are the first produce, second maintain and the transfer of the sperm cell and the semen. The sperm cells are the male reproductive cells. Semen is the protective fluid around the sperm. And second is discharge the sperm, and third one is produce and secrete the male sex hormone. Let's see the parts of the male reproductive system. It consists the external parts that are the penis. In penis, it contains the many. Penis is a male organ for the sexual intercourse. It contains the many sensitive nerve endings, and it has the three parts, that is root, body, and glands. The 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 external part, the parts of the male reproductive system is consist of most of the outside of your abdominal cavity or the pelvis. The internal parts of the male reproductive system, which include the penis, scrotum, and the testicles. The Now see the scrotum. The scrotum is the loose pouch-like sac of the skin that hangs behind the penis. It holds the testicles as well as the nerves and the blood vessels. Third one is the testicles. Testicles, which are also called the testes. They are the oval shaped organs that lies in our scrotum. The testicles make the testosterone and produce the sperm. Fourth one is epidermis. Epidermis, it is a long colloidal tube that rests on the back of each testicle. It carries and store the sperm cell that your testicles creates. Thank you.